are the island of Crete, which is the largest and most populous in all of Greece. Crete forms a significant part of the economy and cultural heritage of Greece while retaining its own local cultural traits.
You like it?
I like it.
26 euros.
Such a deal.
And it looks very nice against my tan legs, she says.
Very nice.
Sales clerk was very good.
Welcome to my channel, the home of videos for dailycreatives.com. My name is Christine and we are traveling the world as a digital nomad family. We have been to many amazing places from Barcelona to Bangkok, ancient ruins of Cambodia to modern Croatia. We were denied boarding, a plane bound for Cape Town, and drove a Renault Kangoo 7,000 kilometers across Europe. I have cooked meals in all sorts of kitchens and even done an Annie Sloan IKEA hack in an apartment in Hong Kong. Don't miss any of our adventure or what comes next. Head over to dailycreatives.com. The link is in the description box below. I write new posts about 2 times per week about a variety of topics, including travel, creative ideas and projects, and observations from my life. Don't miss any of it by joining us. As a small gratitude, you will receive 2 free downloads, the World Travel Tested Packing List and Chapter 1 from Fruitless at 40. We landed at the Heraclion Airport on an overcast day. We had a very early flight out of Athens, and then a 2-hour drive ahead of us after we picked up the rental car. As we moved along, the scenery reminded us of other places. The dry, almost desert-like look that we saw in Malta could have been the southern Baja of Mexico or even parts of Arizona that we had been to. We had to kill a bunch of time before we could check into our villa. And we did this because the flight from Athens with Olympic Air was way too cheap to pass up.
Ah!
They smell like goats.
Oh. Those are so cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
Goats. Those are dogs.
Once we arrived on the western side of the island, we headed over towards Falaserna, where there are ruins of an ancient city. It was Monday, so like many museums and sites like this in Europe, we could not go in. But amongst the olive tree orchard, there were a few ruins to explore. Evidently, the city flourished, particularly during the 4th and 3rd centuries BC, probably arising from the merger of various small settlements. A variety of small-scale ranching remains, I guess you could call it that. The beach at Falaserna has many spots to enjoy the day away. The water is clear and so blue. The view from our first night dinner, just meters away from the doorstep of our villa. And like we saw in Turkey, the cats were plentiful, probably being fed, although maybe not quite as much as they were being fed in Istanbul. Living monuments of Crete, the oldest olive trees in the world. It is possible that Minoan hands once gathered olives from the ancient trees that are still producing fruit today, forming a 3,000-year relationship. The trees provide a living testament to the millennia-old practice of olive cultivation on Crete. The history of olive cultivation dates at least back to the Minoans, who gathered and treated and produced oil for export, helping to enrich the kingdom. Thanks to its bounty, the olive tree was revered as a sacred gift from the gods. Aside from being a staple foodstuff, olive oil was also used in the production of perfumes and medicines. And then we made our way finally into the narrow, almost alleyway, certainly one-way streets that led through our little village and right by the tavernas, of which there's 4 or 5, with a road that eventually heads down to Balos Beach, which is another famous beach on the island. And then here we are coming right up to our little driveway where this utility truck sits now. It's actually a public road, and if we're not careful, we can block people in, but the work guys leave after a certain point and then other people can get by. This is our terrace, where we can have barbecues and sit out and eat and just totally enjoy living the Cretan lifestyle, just how all the ancient Greeks would have done on this island since way back when.
I
are you feeling about this, Fisher? What do you like most about Greece?
The climate, probably. The beer.
Then we got an early start one day heading back down to Thalassarna, which is now one of the most famous destinations in Crete, both for its beaches and for ecological interest. It is part of the Natura 2000 network, both due to its variety of flora and fauna, and as an area of outstanding natural beauty. This is absolutely beautiful and uniquely magical, to say the least, with many taverns which serve homemade traditional Cretan dishes, numerous beach bars for beverages or snacks while you're at the beach, where the view is absolutely amazing. What did you find? Wow, you picked those straight from a tree? Yep. It is so awesome. Would you like to have a lemon tree in our house? Mm-hmm. Typical Friday night, grilling and chilling no matter where we are. We happen to be here in Crete, and I've prepared the vegetables, which is garlic and olive oil and salt, just to make it taste wonderful. Then what is completely different for this part of the world is this type of beer. That's not something you're going to find at home in Canada. And then, this is also not how we barbecue in Canada. This is the real deal. Hardwood briquettes, so like not even the typical Kingsford charcoal, but the real stuff. You can see we've had a couple barbecues in here already. And no Friday night after the beach is complete without lighting it up. I could get used to this town where you have to go really far to the nearest store, so you just have to be ready. And once you have all your supplies tucked into your sort of cottage villa, you just check in for a good time. There is a smell to burning charcoal and hardwood. Maybe it's the lighter cube things. I don't know. This is just the smell of my childhood. You better be careful it doesn't burn me.
You might not want to get too close to that.
Yeah, that's footage I don't need. So it's a little bit different than just going and turning on the grill, isn't it?
A little bit harder. Makes it feel a little bit more of an accomplishment.
Do you think it tastes better?
It has to taste better.
Otherwise, it's totally not worth it.
Tastes better. Tastes more real. Tastes more traditional. What?
You just had a big, huge sigh, like Friday's finally here. So Fisher, why are you here? Are you coming to help with the barbecue?
No. I'm coming to enjoy the presence of both of my
with your parents. You're so nice.
I know.
I think I want these geraniums when I get home.
What?
These geraniums, I want these kind of pots. And now begins the hot dance of moving all the vegetables off the grill and onto the plate without losing any. Has there been any casualties?
Not one. Well, saved one. One pepper went through and I saved it.
What does the smoke coming out of the grill tell us?
That it's cooking hot.
Hot, 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 hot. My only pair of shoes left, my only pair of flip-flops. They've seen better days. And my birthday pedicure, not looking so happy. Our villa was the site of olive oil production, where Greeks first began pressing olives over 5,000 years ago. And the ancient method is still widely used today and is a valid way of producing high-quality olive oil. Not sure what all of these different pieces of equipment were for, the different alcoves, and obviously these are the pots that the finished product would have been put in. The old town of Hania appears to have been inhabited since the Neolithic era. The city re-emerged after the end of the Minoan period as an important city-state in classical Greece, one whose domain extended from Hania Bay to the feet of the White Mountains. Over time, there were eras of Byzantines, Arabs, Venetians, and Ottomans before the modern age. Evidence is everywhere in the old town of all those who came before. Now, the waterfront area is full of lively shops, tavernas, and other ways to spend time enjoying the scenery. I hope you enjoyed the highlights from week 43 in Crete. This is our favorite part of Greece so far. We need to come back and explore more of the islands. Thanks for watching, and check out the links below the video. I always try to give a bunch of information to learn more about where we have been and what we are up to. Don't forget to head over to dailycreatives.com. See you over there.